Hey everyone, we're going to be doing something a little bit different today. Right now we're in Los Angeles, right next to a kind of hazy LAX, and we're going to be going to one of the most iconic buildings in the city to visit what is probably the world's most famous donut, and we're going to try out some of the donuts. So thank you for coming along with us. Let's go. So here we are at Randy's Donuts, Los Angeles institution since the early 1950s. It was originally the second location of the Big Donut Drive-In, became Randy's Donuts in the 1970s. And I apologize if there's a lot of noise in the background. We're right next to a busy street. It's extremely busy here this morning on a Saturday morning in Los Angeles. But let's take a look around the donut shop and let's try some donuts. And you know, when I turn on the camera, Jessica and our son, they head for the hills and try to avoid being on camera as much as possible, but both of them did agree to test out some donuts and give their thoughts on it. So here we go. Here's the Randy's Donut sign. It says world famous since 1952. This location was actually built in 1953. Like I said, it was the second location for the Big Donut Drive-In, and later became Randy's in the 70s after an ownership change, named after the owner's son. And of course, what Randy's Donuts is most known for is the giant donut. This is easily one of the most iconic locations in Los Angeles. This has been in a ton of movies and films. In Iron Man 2, for example, you can see Iron Man sitting in the middle of the donut, enjoying some donuts when Tony Stark comes up. I even saw an episode of that show, Life After People, that was on the History Channel, where it showed Randy's Donuts 60 years in the future after people disappeared and the donut finally collapsing into the building. So I mean, it's just been on just a ton of different things. It clearly inspired the Lard Lad on The Simpsons, and yeah, it's super iconic for sure. And next to the main Randy's building, there is a smaller building. You can't actually buy donuts at this one, though you could have in the past. Currently, they are just cooking donuts in here and then transporting them over to the other building. But there is this small building here. One negative about Randy's Donuts right now is there's really no place to sit and eat your donuts. You do have to get them to go or sit in your car and eat them. There's no tables or anything anywhere. I guess theoretically you could stand in this little area and enjoy your donuts, but it's best just to get them to go. So that's what we're gonna do, and we'll be back at our hotel to eat these donuts. And here's Randy's Donuts from another angle. You can see a pretty long line of people waiting to get donuts. The cars for the drive-thru are backed out onto the street. And then, as I mentioned earlier, right there in the center of the donut is where Iron Man was sitting enjoying his donuts in Iron Man 2. Here's a look at the menu. We're having a little bit of a hard time deciding what we're gonna get. We're gonna get a few different things and try them out. All right, here we go. Here's the donuts we got. All right, these look pretty good. Well, we'll let you know how they taste in just a moment. All right, so we're back at the hotel, and here are the donuts that we got. Now, I wasn't the one who picked them out, so I'll let the lovely Jessica here tell what each of them are.
All right. So this one is the matcha green tea. This one is Fruity Pebbles, and it is dipped in a chocolate frosting. Here is the cinnamon bun. This one here is blueberry. And then next to that we have 2 cherries. And then M&Ms right here. And finally the Oreos.
Okay, I mean, who wants to be the first to try one?
Okay. I'm gonna go first because this matcha one has been screaming my name. Matcha is one of my favorite flavors of pretty much anything. So I'm gonna try a matcha donut for the first time. Let's see. It's really good. I like the crumbs on top. I was worried that they might be a little weird, but they're not too messy. And they're really tasty. This is good.
All right, and our son is gonna try the cinnamon roll.
Okay. It's so good.
Okay, so now I'm gonna try the cherry ice cake, and I'll let you in on a little secret. I don't really like donuts, so this is gonna be a real test because I'm not a big fan of donuts. I never eat them. I don't think I've had a donut in years, but I'm about to try this donut here, so let's go. All right, here we go. I really like the cherry icing on it. Like I said, as far as donuts go, it's good. I'm not a big fan of donuts themselves. I like the icing. I don't really care for the donut, but that's only because I just don't like donuts. But as far as donuts go, this is definitely a good donut. At least the icing is definitely great. So there's actually more donuts than we can eat in one sitting. So we're gonna have to eat the rest of them for breakfast tomorrow morning. So we'll have to let you know how those ones were in the description below. If you've ever been to Randy's or you have another favorite donut shop, please let us know in the comments. Thank you so much for watching. If you enjoyed the video, please give it a thumbs up, consider subscribing, and we'll see you next week.